Yes, we're here. Hello, hello, hello. We're live. Nice. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello. This is another session brought to you live by Kiawi Tech IT Academy. And as always, it is an informal session where we just chat about any and everything concerning IT and how to chat a path in information technologies and of course, what it takes to be part of this amazing Kiawitech IT community. So, once again, we're live. It's a Sunday, and hopefully, people are home resting and catching up with family and other things and can have time to just lay back and interact or just benefit from the information that we will be sharing today. And so, with no other person, of course, I'm here today again with Mr. Elvis, who is one of the key instruments in the Kiawi Tech IT Academy. And so, it's a privilege to have him. It's a privilege to always have these conversations with him because he has all the insider information as a practitioner and as someone who is in the field for a while and can always share the insights and some of the recent updates that we need to know. And even people who are already practicing can still benefit from these sessions and not just people who are looking to engage because there's always room for improvement and room to improve on our skills. So, Mr. Elvis, I think I will pass this mic on to you to maybe say hello or something and maybe one word about what is happening in your weekend that is exciting.
Hi everyone, again, thank you so much for being part of us this afternoon, this evening, this morning. By me, it's evening. And thank you so much, Beverly, for always pushing us to that right spot where we can share, we can enjoy the process, even as we share and make it the best like never before. Hi everyone, like you already know, I'm Elvis Beba, a database administrator, practicing in the field and always ready to share and to make this more enjoyable than ever before. Beverly has told you so much already about Kiawitech, and I know that a lot of us out there are ready and always asking questions and wanting to know how they can do to be able to be part of this evolving or revolution, IT revolution, as far as Cavitech is concerned. We are a community. Our best interest or our best objective is to make sure that we are all grown into this new oil, which is the IT world. We do have different specialities. Cavitech do offer different specialities. We do have Microsoft SQL Server database administration, data administration. We do have Amazon Web Services, that's Azure. AWS, sorry. We do have Azure. We do have IBM Guardian. We do have cybersecurity. Those are courses that we offer amongst others. And we do our best for you to enjoy as you go through the process, and also that at the end of the day you get to the main objective, which is getting a job or creating a job as far as those area of studies are concerned. So today we're going to share with you how you're going to start to become a member of Kiawite community as far as the training is concerned, how you're going to go through the training and what it takes for you to go through successfully in the training, and what it takes for you to land a job or for you to create the job. So I believe that it's going to be a very nice evening as we share and as we evolve with Beverly. Thank you so much.
Nice. Mr. Elvis, I only asked you one question and you have said so
Sorry.
many things. Now I am confused.
It's just the excitement of sharing.
I asked you
Okay.
one question. Tell us about how your weekend is going. So you can imagine how much is in
Oh,
it.
sorry.
That's so
You
much.
see, I was
He's
so
there, he just
excited.
wants to let it out. He just wants to share. And so
Oh, actually, my weekend is all about making sure that Kiawi Tech is out there, and that everybody who wants to hear or who is ready to hear can grasp it. It's a
right.
little bit hot by my end, so
Mhm.
I'm trying to cope with some heat, not too much, but just a little hot. But
And where are you
above
joining us
all,
from? Where are you right now?
Oh, okay. I'm joining from Texas, Houston, Texas. Oh,
Oh, great. And you
precisely.
said it's sunny today because here in Indiana, well, it's been a bit cold since morning. We had like showers of snow, but
Yeah.
the weather is a little bit chilly now. Yeah,
Yeah, we've had this evening is a little bit much better than before. We've had some shower and so it's chilly and a very nice weather for you to go outside and take a stroll with the family, which is
nice.
actually what I plan to do immediately.
Oh, wow. That is interesting. Okay. I love to hear that. That's amazing. So, yes, that just tells me that you have so much to share because I ask one question and you say so many things, and I'm like, oh my
Um,
God.
so sorry about that. I had
No,
just
you don't have to be
felt like just
sorry.
moving forward and sharing.
You don't have to be sorry. It's actually lovely, like just so much to share and so much to let out for other people to benefit from. And you always seize every opportunity to give it all out. And that is amazing.
Absolutely.
So, right. Um, Once again, if you're just joining us, anyone who's live right now or someone who is going to watch this later, this is Kiawi Tech IT Academy, and we're coming to you live from Houston and from Indiana in the United States. And we're here to share any and everything that you might need to know about Kiawi Tech IT Academy and how to um, get on the career path in information technologies through this very amazing community called Kiawi Tech IT Academy. And it is an online training academy that has been training people for close to 6 years now. Mr. Elvis, am I correct?
Sure.
Close to 6 years, and training people from across the world. So many different countries, so many different continents: Africa, United States, Europe, and what have you. And these people have seen their lives immensely change through this academy and through this training that they've received, which is completely virtual. And so um, it is important for us to share this information with anyone out there who is maybe looking to change career into IT, someone who is maybe graduating from the university or high school and not sure exactly what they want to do with their lives, and maybe someone who has serious inflexibility with their current job and they want something more flexible where they can balance out time with job and family. I think this would be a very recommended field to venture into, especially database administration that Mr. Elvis, you spoke a lot about in our last live conversation. And so maybe for people to get a little tip of what Kiawi Tech has been able to accomplish in the past close to 6 years, could you like just highlight what are some of the highlights that Kiawi Tech has been able to achieve? Like number of people trained, how many people are getting jobs. Perhaps it could encourage somebody to want to join. I mean, they say seeing is believing, and people want to see if what you've been doing has been working. If so, they might want to join. So, are there any highlights, top key moments, transformational work that has been going on that would motivate someone to want to be part of this academy?
Absolutely. So, just to say, Beverly, that not to go ahead of our grand orientation that is coming up, which is going to give us details as far as the number of trainees that we've had and those that have successfully gone through and are practicing in the job market, those that have created jobs themselves, and so on. So we'll have those details in just about 2 weeks that when we
Okay.
have our grand orientation. But one thing I can assure you is that the numbers are more than we can ever imagine within this short period of time. And the impact is just beyond all the continents, like you've already mentioned. I
Mhm.
just leave those details for us to serve when we join the call for our grand orientation, which should be on on the first within the first on a date yet to be announced, but that should be within the
Yeah.
first or the 30th of April
Af-
or of
Of
March, if I'm
of
not
March,
mistaken.
absolutely. I think that we have it going on. Like there's a small banner under our screen that is
Okay.
showing join our grand orientation class by March 30, I think.
Absolutely, yeah. So yeah, that's just it. So we'll have those details there. But what I can just give you as highlights now is that we have so many trainees and we'll have so many testimonies on that day, and we'll have all that it takes for you to be encouraged to go through the training. Whether you have an IT background or not, you should be ready and able to go through the training and succeed from it. Because one of the things we always highlight is, do you have a corporate exposure? That is all. What is the corporate exposure all about? You know how to negotiate. You most of us, if not all, have been able to pick up a file from X direction or receive an email, respond official email. So those basic things are all that it takes for you to be able to succeed, irrespective of the technical training that Cavitech is going to give you, as well as the soft skills. So we give those two and be sure that with a combination of them and the fact that Cavitech is that community, not just an educational establishment, you should be able, in fact, you will be able to go through Cavitech and succeed. Not only as somebody who will get a job, but our prayer is that Cavitech in the near future is more of job creators than just those who can go into the field and grab the job.
I like that. That is very entrepreneurial, and I think that
Absolutely.
yeah. So people are not just looking forward to being employed, but looking
Yes.
forward to be employers. And I think this is education that a lot of people do not get, especially when going through school, like formal school,
Yes.
meaning like secondary, high school, university. I mean, a lot of people just know that, hey, go to school, get good grades, come out and get a good job, get married, and live happily ever after.
Absolutely. I think
That
I
is,
was just trying to highlight that Kiawi Tech, unlike before when we started, it was just our objective to train and make sure that you go
yeah,
out there and get the right jobs from those big companies, from those well-paying companies or establishments and all of that. But today we are trying to move beyond that. So not just are you ready to go grab the job, but you're ready to use the training and all that we've given you, and we make sure that we give the training within the context of which we find ourselves. So much so that if you're not going into the market to grab a job, you are providing your skills and then still getting the money and even more than you should have been working for somebody or for an establishment.
absolutely, absolutely. Like seriously, I think that this is knowledge that people should have even at a very early stage on how to be job creators. Because I think that is one of the driving forces of unemployment in the world today, because
Exactly.
we were wired to think that there is a job out there if we go to school, and just perform well and come out and apply in one big company. And even when I was growing up, like I'm still growing up. But when I was much younger, I
Yeah.
mean, we were told that, oh, I mean, our parents had like this very fixed job
Yeah.
titles that they were hoping that we could get, maybe become a lawyer, become a teacher, um,
A
do a
doctor and so on.
engineer, like this very, I don't even think IT was among
Yeah.
those things. Like it was just this very mainstream kind of job titles. And so entrepreneurship was not a thing. And thankfully,
Exactly.
today it's increasingly being incorporated in different systems where people can think that, hey, I am not just going to school because I want to come out and be employed by one big company. It is a good
Mhm.
thing to be employed, to work for someone, but it is also super helpful for you and society as well to just think of being a job creator. Why not employ other people? And so I think that that is a great mindset to push, especially in this community of Kiawi Tech, because I mean, there's something that people always say, or maybe let me be more specific in the Kiawi Tech community meetings and things like that. That if you join Kiawi Tech, even if you end up not having a job, you're not leaving empty-handed.
That's the point. Yeah.
Exactly.
So
So you're
you
leaving with so
become.
much more, even if you don't get a job after your training.
Mhm. Yeah.
So what
So
else are you leaving with? Maybe you want to tell us. What else would
yeah.
I
So
need if I
like
get a
you
job?
see, Kiawi Tech, it's not just like it's not an ordinary institution like
Yeah.
every other institution out there. We do have a lot of them that do the same training, but like Beverly has already highlighted, you go out or you go through Kiawi Tech as though you are going through a community with a mix of practically everybody coming from different backgrounds who are ready to share. During your passage through Kiawi Tech, you should be able to meet somebody probably within your previous business skills who will help you use Kiawi Tech and then transit to the next level in your business.
Hmm.
And that's why we talk about this entrepreneurial part of Kiawi Tech,
Right.
which is not just about training, or we're not just like doing getting robots to go get the jobs. No, you train yourself to succeed through Kiaritech IT Academy to be able to sustain yourself while successfully going through the training. Now, getting the job, if that's your objective to get a job from the job market, and then a lot of persons who grow the skills who probably harness that because we want to see also, we want to also help those that had those uh, IT war as an ambition for them to excel and be able to excel themselves. Because one of the things we've grown to understand and to notice is that you gain more financially and probably in the standings in the world business standing as somebody who is providing your skills and then being get paid, or you're kind of a freelancer, you get more money than just somebody who goes to work with an establishment and then waits for the end of the month or so. So you are well placed to make more money within this field as a freelancer and as somebody who work by selling his skills, getting contracts, be them short contracts, be them long contracts, and so on. So it's a combination of those things. And in Kiawi Tech, you get all of that. You'll be encouraged by somebody who is not coming from the IT field, who will tell you that I have this partner who will like your IT skills. I'm into probably say export and import. I want to connect you to this partner of mine with your skill. You should be able to excel. I'm into so all every domain you can find in Carry Tech, every specialty, or should I say, those from different backgrounds who are excelling and then ready to share with Carry Tech. We have a lot of partners. Some persons who went through Caltech started practicing as database administrators, getting employment, but at the end of the day, they saw that they could even do much better as individual, and then they kind of change, not completely, but just model their skills, and then we're able to make more, and then they are ready to share. So those are some of the things we should be able to share, or we will be sharing with you as far as your training in Caltech is concerned. And be rest assured that um, with this approach, we should be able to excel even more than was the case before.
Awesome. I mean, that is great to know. And I hope that people who are watching or will eventually watch this video would be able to participate in the grant orientation, which I would re-emphasize that it's on the 30th of March. Um, all things being equal, if it changes, of course, we will make announcements to that. But for now, you can aim for the 30th of March to join the grant orientation for cohort 16, if I'm not
Yes.
mistaken. Yes, as they're joining. So, I mean, if this wasn't working, Caltech wouldn't have continued from the first cohort up till the 16th cohort.
Yeah, it's
If
true.
Caltech is still doing this, then it's working. And so um, it's seeing the fruits, it's seeing the transformation that is happening in people's lives and the testimonies and everything. And so that's why this is still on. And so, as you see on the banner that's rolling and on the bottom of the screen, um, All the information is there, available at www.kiawitech.com. So if you just go to that website, you're going to see all the information that you need. I mean, I think the application process is very seamless. It's very straightforward, actually. I mean, if
Yeah, we just have
all the
if
courses listed there, yeah,
yeah.
and you can apply. And I think in one of the sessions, we can also just like walk through the website and just maybe share our screen, go to the website and just walk through the process. So if you go to the website, this is the courses, these are the courses, and if you click apply here, it's going to take you to the form, and this is what you should do. I mean, some people want it that specific.
Practical,
Like
yeah.
you
No,
literally have
yeah,
to carry
sure,
their
we
hand.
should.
You
Yeah,
literally have to carry their hand and click the buttons and say, "Hey, this is it."
yeah. So I just want to
People
say,
do
I
it.
think, Beverly, I think it's the right time for us to just give some
Mhm.
little details with regards to applying for the training.
Exactly.
We do
Maybe
have,
yeah.
yeah,
Maybe that's actually what I was going to ask next. If you can
yeah.
just walk through what is the process like. Walk me through somebody applying and being part of Kiawe Tech IT Academy. What is it like? What is the process like?
Okay. So the first thing is when you show interest or you have interest in our training, what
Hmm.
we encourage you to do is you use any of our contacts in the website for application. You can also through the website, you'll be able to see our contact number or our WhatsApp link. Through that WhatsApp link, you join our incoming trainees WhatsApp group. Through that WhatsApp group, we are able to share on daily basis and then to remind you on how to go about the application process.
Right.
And then also through that WhatsApp group, we you'll be able to see or to get in contact regularly with the numbers that you're seeing on screen, plus many more that are ready to help you as far as the process is concerned. You
Hmm.
go through the checklist. You make a choice of the course that you want to train. Let's say, be it Microsoft SQL Server Database Administration, be it AWS, be it Azure, be it IBM Guardian, be it cyber security. You get those details as you go through our checklist that we always provide you before you make a choice, and then you get the schedule that best fit your program. Or probably, let's say you're working and you have a schedule of work that probably works against you on your training. So we do have two options which we believe that you majority should be able to fit either on one of them. And then aside from that, you we do clearly state those the material that will be required or the equipment required for you to use in the
Right.
training. You have the required laptop with at least a 16 gigabyte RAM. You can have 24, you can have 32, and then it should be at least an iCore 5 and upward. You can have 7 and so on. And then the memory, you should have something like 500 gigabyte SDD or an HDD. Either of them is fine, but we encourage that you go in for a solid state drive, which is the SDD. Probably will make your work more faster, and then will make your system faster, and you should be able to evolve with the training as fast as possible. And then aside from that, we encourage you to get a monitor, because
Mhm.
aside from the laptop, your training, you watch the training like we are doing live here now. We are having this chat, and then probably we'll say a few things that is assuming this was the training as we speak. You listen to us, you see the examples that we are giving, and then you go in. You at on the same within that moment, you use your monitor to be able to practice along and to follow along and practically and do exactly that, like what is being done in class, which you cannot do with your laptop and at the same time listen to the instructors. And then one other thing we just want to highlight as I give this basic requirement is that one thing about Kiawitech that makes Kiawitech fun is that all those that will be training you are those that are practicing in the field. So we are not just going to get some curriculum out there, some books, and then just dust them and then come and we're giving you literature. So everything will be practical. And the practice will be within the context of which we find ourselves, given that technology and all the different fields that I've mentioned are evolving. So you cannot go and teach somebody what was being done probably say 3 years ago and expect the person to excel with it now. No, we'll always have those basics that have gone through the years, but every training will be within the context of what is required.
Hmm.
So when you make a choice of the course you want to train with, you buy the required equipment for your training. You probably, like I said, you have the monitor, you have the laptop, the required laptop, you have an external mouse, you have an external keyboard. You should be good to go. Then for the payment, one thing here we take always emphasize is that we make sure that you show commitment, you are committed to the training. Then
Right.
we can now come in and say, okay, since you've shown that you're committed to go through the training successfully, please commit yourself financially. And we have all it takes to support everybody from every part of the world. In partnership with Caritech Foundation, we are able to support and to cut the fees for those coming from less developed countries. So, for example, the Microsoft database administration training is $3,500. With the support of Caltech Foundation, we should be able to train somebody from a less developed country at $1,000 instead of $3,000. But you have to go through the application process. So, which means that you cannot just say, okay, since the foundation is there to help me, automatically I just have to pay $1,000.
Hmm.
No, you have to, we'll give you a form to fill, and then we'll be able to verify your backgrounds, because sometimes we do have a few persons trying to play around. We check your background to be sure that you are actually where you say you are, and then you meet the required conditions, and then Caritech Foundation comes in now to subsidize $2,500, and then you just pay $1,000. And then within that $1,000, we will not force you to pay it all at once. We do have a payment plan. We have a down payment, and then we have the amount where you'll be able to pay monthly. Same with those living in developed countries who will be paying 3,500. You have a payment plan with us. You do a down payment of $1,000, and then you're paying 5,500 at the end of each month, and then so on. So we do, all the other courses do have their respective prices, and we make sure that we make it flexible as far as we can, so that everybody is part of the training and you train comfortably. And then another good thing about this training is that even though we do not encourage people to miss classes, if for any reason you miss the class, you should have the videos available for you. All of our classes are done online on Zoom, and they are all recorded. So you have a chance of coming back from wherever you were that made you not to be able to attend the class on that day, which we encourage. I keep repeating on that. That is very practical, and it's always more encouraging for you to attend classes than just coming to watch videos. So everything is put in place to encourage you, and all those contacts you see on our website or the ones passing on our screens now, you can always get to us either directly or through WhatsApp, and will respond to you immediately. We do have a website, we do have our direct emails. We are ready more than ever before to respond to you anytime you write, anytime you call. Be sure that Tech is out there and ready. So we do have a lot of stuff to share with you. I hope I was able to share even 50% probably as we progress, and I'm sure we should be able to share more and exhaust at least the basics as far as getting started with the training is concerned.
Absolutely. That was really elaborate and very, very important. I like that you also just went into the finance part of it, because a lot of people always ask, so how much?
Yeah,
So after all this beautiful presentation of this is amazing, this is a great institution, come and learn. How
yeah,
much can
that's
I
true.
afford it? And
And
so
on
I
the how much, sorry, Beverly, just before you continue, on the how much part of it, one of the things we have noticed as we launch this batch, and then we're waiting for those applications to come in, was that somebody will come and then start by asking, how can I apply for the scholarship?
right.
We do have the scholarship, but one thing I should reiterate here is that we do not base our training on the scholarship. The scholarship is just an aid, which means that if for any reason the Tech Foundation is unable to support us, we will have to follow the normal procedure or financially. So the first thing we do is you go through your application process. You are confirmed. You have, because when you apply, you choose a schedule and all of that. When you go through our checklist, you do some kind of assessment for us to be able to know your state or probably your level as far as the IT world is concerned, and then we'll be able to orientate our training and also to assist you as you start the process. So when we go through that one, you get the assessment, we have the scores that we expect you to get for us to be able to say, okay, no, this person is good to go without any pre-orientation. This other person we will need some basic orientation before the course itself. So we do take into consideration all of those things. And then now, when you go through all of that as far as the application process is concerned, 2 weeks into the training, we see that okay, truly you're ready, because if we have taken this strategy is because before some persons will just come in and then they'll be like, okay, well, I've had the assistant from the foundation, but then when the classes start, they're like, oh no, I thought I could start this session, but for some reason my family this or that, and the reasons are always valid though, and then you probably should have blocked somebody who was ready, but
Right.
because we do have a specific number of persons that we are able to sustain or to assist as far as each session is concerned, so you probably
Right.
should have blocked some other person. So we make sure that you prove to us that within the first 2 weeks of the training you are ready and able. Then we can now go into the scholarship part of it to confirm and then proceed with the finances. And that's why I say in Kiawi Tech, we don't just focus on the financial aspect of it. We want to be sure that you're ready to train with us. You have shown that interest by just going through at least the first 2 weeks. But if from the beginning you know right inside of you that this is what you want, you can go ahead and do the payment. We'll give you the procedure as far as payment is concerned. But we always encourage for you to be sure about what you want to do, and then you can now encourage you to commit yourself financially and then start the training. And then if you are within the part where Tech Foundation can help you, Tech comes in, and then that's it.
Wow. Okay. I mean, I think that is very useful information for people to know, and to know that there is a scholarship available for people to be able to afford this kind of training. I think it should even be more, because this is a life skill. It's not like you're going to lose it someday. If you go and continue practicing, you're going to definitely benefit more. So I think it's worth it. And I mean, as long as you put a price to something, people will always think it is expensive. But also, when you do not put a price to something, people underestimate it. People think that it's
So
not valuable. So human beings are so complex that sometimes we're like, okay, what do people want? Because if you don't put a price to something, people only value something based on the price that you put on it. And
yes, so
exactly. And so, from my opinion and from my experience of going through the training, it was so robust. When you mentioned monitor, I was laughing at that point because I was thinking of Mr. Cyprian and how he like, show me your monitor, take a photo of your monitor and send to me. That's what he was doing in our class, and it was like
exactly.
so intense.
You
At the
see,
myself, I thought I could escape without using a monitor.
no, you
He was
cannot.
like on our necks. He was like, "Send, take a photo of your screen right now, your laptop and your monitor, and send to the group."
Exactly. I think one of the reasons he does so, and I just to add that Mr. Cyprian is a program coordinator, one of
Right.
the most dedicated coordinator you ever made as far as training institution is concerned.
Hmm.
So he is dedicated to the core and to make sure that from the beginning you are sure to succeed. So
Right.
all those questions of showing showing him your monitor is to make sure that you'll be able to follow along. And another thing I should add, Beverly, as far as the pricing and all that it takes is concerned, is that this training is a 3-year university training.
Right.
And then what Tech does is try to stream down everything down to 6 months.
Mm.
And in 6 months, we don't go around telling you stories as to where this particular course started, this particular part of the course started, and then it came to this one, it started practicing it. We just go straight to, if we must, we might just mention the history and then we go into the practical part of it. And that is how, when you come out of care, we take you're ready, and or you are ready and capable of practicing in the field and excelling probably even more than those who have been in the field before. So that's one of the strategies for Kiawitech. And that's why when after your 6 months training, you have a 2 months boot camp. That 2 months boot camp is to orientate you as far as the job market is concerned. We do drills on interview, we do drills on writing resume, we do drills on how to even function in the job market or even how to operate in the office as you gain your employment or as you start practicing as probably as a freelancer. So we have all those training to make sure that not only do you have the skills, the technical skills, you have the operating skills and you have those skills. But because a lot of us go through some other training institution, at the end of the course, you're like, goodbye. At least we gave you the training, you paid for us, and then that's it. But in Kiawitech, we make sure that because we are not just an institution, we are a community, we make sure that we succeed. And that's a more reason why we have that 2 months extension for us to be able to give you the right perspective to succeed as far as the job market is concerned.
Awesome. I mean, that is really top notch. And just thinking through this process and just wondering what it takes to even start. I'm just thinking of someone who has no prior knowledge of what to. I mean, how to use a mouse, how to literally type,
Yeah.
and they're thinking. I mean, could this be for me? Could this be something I would thrive in? And maybe this is the opportunity to share about there's pre-SQL classes, because I think that the grant orientation is for those who are starting to take like the SQL database administration class. And so just so people know that there is that prep before the
Mhm.
training, for you to just get the basics and get familiar with where your mouse is and where to command where to copy and paste, and just very
True,
basic things.
true, true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and maybe other things. Yeah, just
Okay.
a little
Yeah.
more in that.
Okay. No, thank you so much, Beverly. I think if we would be making a mistake if we do not emphasize on this particular aspect of it.
Hmm.
Yes, you can train in Kiawitech and then come out successfully with a zero IT background. I think that's where our emphasis is.
Yeah.
So when you come into Kiawitech, I'm going through the application process. We do have what we call some kind of assessment. So we are not just assessing your SQL, basic SQL. Sometimes the assessment sound as though we are
Sorry,
just
sorry to interrupt you for a second. I just hold the thought. Don't lose it, please. As
yeah.
as you're talking, myself, I took that assessment before I started the course, and
Yeah.
I was like, I'm going to be so honest with myself. I'm not going to Google the answer. I will just answer what I know at the moment. And I was shocked to see what I didn't know. I thought that I
Good.
knew. So
Good.
just to say how important this assessment really is, it just brought some sort of awareness to me, like I don't know as much as I was thinking that I know about the basics of a computer, because most of the answers I didn't know. Like I was just like, be honest with yourself. I mean, you have Google, you can cheat, you can go Google it and come
Yes.
the answer and pass, but you'll be deceiving yourself. So I was just like super honest with myself. Just take this assessment and honestly just see where you are. And I was shocked to see what I did not know. I thought I knew. So that assessment is super important. And sorry to,
Great.
I just
Great.
wanted to mention that.
No, no, of course, of course. One of the things we always do is to speak our mind, speak our experience to inspire somebody.
Right.
Likewise, myself, going through it, I could cheat and all of that, but you feel like, it's nothing. They just want to try me. Before you know, the things you'll be failing because in your mind, you're like, I know these things. Because the whole thing about IT is paying attention to details.
Right.
The training is just paying attention to details. You're not going in there to be calculating X minus Y and stuff like that. Probably even if you have to use X minus Y, the answers will be there. You just have to pay attention to details to choose the right answers.
Right.
You have all the combinations. Probably the answers might be there and then they are in different combination. All you need to do is to bring them together and then make things to work. That's all that the IT world is to, especially in this domain that we are training. So when you go through that assessment, we are able to situate you to know exactly what you want or how far you are as far as IT is concerned.
Right.
Then through that, we'll be able to help you because we have the pre basic computer classes that are already ongoing now. Unfortunately, we are already getting to the end of it. So if you join now, you probably have just, let's say, 2 weeks or so, which will still be enough.
Mm-hmm.
And based on our coordinator's approach, he will try as much as possible to make sure that you're up to date before the classes start.
Right.
So between now and the 30th, where the pre basic computer classes will be ending, he will do his best. We do have classes on Wednesdays, and then we have a repetition on Saturday. So if you miss the Wednesday session, you should be able to catch up on Saturday and stuff like that. So a
Mm.
lot of persons have benefited from that, and that helps. This particular part of the training helps to demystify the training itself,
Right.
because there are a lot of things he's going to tell you or to mention in the process that will help you situate your mind psychologically and otherwise for you to be able to start the course and to succeed. That's a strategy that came was not there at the beginning of as this training was established, but we saw that the need for that, because if you don't or help people to situate themselves, the first 2 3 weeks or even the first month of the training will be just about helping people to situate them as far as basic computing is concerned, and not even the training itself. We'll
Right.
still have time to get to the basic training, basic computer knowledge as when the training does start. But then it should be easier for both the trainees and the instructors. So that's basically why we have that IT training for you
Right.
to start the course with. So please, you are encouraged that when you apply for the training, make sure you go through the assessment and then give it your best. And if you can, and if you see that you are not able to meet the required mark that we have given for you to just sit and wait for the classes, please reach out to us. Even if you're late, even if the basic computer trainings have gone through to the end, we can still do something to help you to make sure that as the classes start, you should be able to excel. Because one of the things that can discourage you, and I talk from experience, is when you get into the class and then you see some persons just moving ahead. If you are not strong enough, if you're not committed, which is one of the things we require of you when you start up this training, is just commit yourself, trust in the process, and then we'll do the rest. And at the end of the day, we'll all have reasons to celebrate.
Great. That sounded like a great closing sentence. So I think we should just go off now. We should just
Yeah.
stop live.
Uh, if you say so.
Elvis, thank you so much. This is
It's a
this is
pleasure.
super
It's a pleasure
this is
always.
super educative and super informative. And I think that um, anybody who's watching, joining now, or will watch this later would find this super useful because you've covered quite a lot of ground on what it takes from expressing interest in IT and joining Tech Academy and eventually walking through the process and coming out strong and really transformed in
Yeah.
your career and in your finances as well. And also, you've touched on the cost of taking this
Yes.
training and also the support that is available from the Kiawi Foundation
Yes.
to offer scholarships to those in least developed countries. And so, I don't know why anybody should not take this
Exactly.
training if I mean they have a desire to pursue a career in IT or just want to learn a new skill. I think this anything IT related should be on your checklist, to want to just improve your skills. And so I don't think that there's anything more useful than offering people a skill. You know, you can give somebody money today, but they're going to spend it and they will come back tomorrow for more. But if you give people a skill, they go and they use it as many times as they want, and it changes their lives. And so this is very important.
Exactly. And
Yeah,
I just like to add, Beverly, that it's not just about giving people skills, it's about giving them the required skills, the skills that
right.
are selling in the market right way.
Absolutely.
So you teach people how to excel with what they already have, because we know that a lot of us already have that inner skill as far as the IT world is concerned. All we want is a platform for us to prepare ourselves and be able to market ourselves or to excel as far as providing our services is concerned. So Kiawi Tech has all of that. And one other good thing Kiawi Tech does is you will never, as far as practicing IT is concerned, you'll never be a jack of all trades. So one
Okay.
of our core part of the training is how to work in a group.
Okay.
Because you, as a database administrator, for example, you need to work with a developer, you need to work with probably a programmer, a code writer, and so many other aspects of the profession.
Hmm.
So we train you on how to collaborate with the team, and that's why from day one you start having, apart from just your class forum, you start having groups. That is one of the best part of the training, so much so that when you're lacking in somewhere, you have somebody in your group who can help you aside from your instructors, which probably should be attending to all the students. So you have that chance of going through, of making friends with group members, with other members who probably might not even be in your group. That is how you start excelling, and that's some of the skills that you're going to use as far as succeeding in the profession, even in the field is concerned. It's about group work and then contributing from your own angle. And then at the end of the day, the team succeeds.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Mr. Elvis. This has been very information packed and very um, I don't know how to put it, like very rich conversation that I think if anybody's watching this now or watches later, they would find very useful in just the aspect of walking someone through what it means to be part of this institution. And so, for those who might just be joining or might be watching this later on, this has been a conversation about Kiawi Tech IT Academy and how you can be part of this institution. If you're interested in pursuing a tech career, this is the institution you want to join. I mean, there is a lot of credibility that has been built up from close to 6 years of experience in training hundreds of people from across different continents who have been able to secure jobs and find their financial freedom, you know, from being able to practice. So there shouldn't be any excuse. And people who have moved from nursing to IT, from being a beautician to IT, from all sorts of things. And so nobody has an excuse
Yeah.
to be
I just
sitting
to add,
without.
Beverly, sorry, before you conclude, is that Kiawi Tech officially might be 6 years, but we are both 10 years of experience. We've been
Absolutely.
practicing
Absolutely.
and
And
then
even those
training. It's
practicing,
just the official, yeah, just the official part that's coming in and getting giving you 6 years. But
right.
we've been training. We have at least 10 years as far as practicing and then providing our knowledge to the public is concerned.
Exactly. That's over a decade of learning and understanding, getting really in-depth knowledge of things. And so that is super, super useful. Elvis, thank you so much this for always being available to share and to just unpack all that you know. And I'm
A
sure,
pleasure always.
yeah, great. And people will meet more and more of you if they join this trend. And so I just hope that people who were not able to join us live will be able to watch this later and find it very helpful. And so, on these notes, I think that if there is one or two things that anybody watching should go away with, should be writing down the date for the grand orientation somewhere and marking it, making sure you don't miss it, which is the
Or
third.
just reach out to us in any of the contacts,
Exactly.
using any of the contacts
Our
for
contact is
more
right here on the
details.
screen, 346-404-4120. That's a
Yes.
contact on your screen, and you can reach out if you're interested and you have doubts. You're not even sure if you want to do this. There's always
Yeah.
people to talk to you and guide you. And make you see the sense in doing this. And so, thank you so much, everyone who has been live and liking and loving this conversation. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your weekend and have a great start of the week come Monday. And Mr. Elvis, any last words?
I just want to say thank you guys for watching this on live or watching this after and making sure that you grab the best out of it. We've shared a lot and we believe that we're not just sharing for the sake of sharing, we're sharing to be able to help somebody out there like we're being helped by all through others and by other. And then we are sure that one of the best things we can do to ourselves or to our society or our community is to share this knowledge for you to be able to grab them as soon as possible. Get to us through the numbers that you've seen on your screen. Get to our website. Probably through there, you should be able to see even more numbers or even other ways to get to us. And then be sure that we have the required we have the numbers behind to be able to reach out to you or to respond to you as soon as possible. And when you go through CarryTech, one thing we can assure you is that you shall never come out empty. You shall come out surely either as somebody who will gain employment from other from the companies that provide them or the establishments that provide them, or you will come out as a job provider or as a freelancer who is ready to sell your skills, sign the contracts, make the money, move on to the next customers, and not just sit with one person or one establishment. So thank you so much already for trusting in us, for committing yourself, for committing in CarryTech and its processes, and then believing in us, and then we'll do the rest. And at the end of the day, we'll all have reasons to celebrate. Thank you so much.
Awesome. On that note, we call it a day and looking forward to seeing you on our next live event and hopefully on our grand orientation day, which is March 30, 2024. So see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.